Model 5, Session 2. This useful modeling techniques. Under this Session 2, we will discuss about conditional compilation execution. And one more topic we are going to discuss. Here, conditional compilation and execution. His portion of a Verilog might be suitable for one environment, not for the other. And designer does not wish to create two versions of Verilog design for the two environments. Instead, the designer can specify that particular portion of the code be compiled only if certain flag is set. This is called conditional compilation. That means only certain flag is going to set, and that time only it has to execute. That can be done. That is the type of execution is called as a conditional compilation. And a designer might also want to execute certain parts of the Verilog design only when flag is set at runtime. This is called conditional execution. Whereas conditional compilation is, that the designer can specify that particular portion of the code can be compiled if a certain flag is set. That is called a conditional compilation, where the designer might want to execute certain parts of the Verilog design only when flag is set at runtime. That is called a conditional execution. Here, conditional compilation, it is going to use as this if else, if definition. These are the macros we are going to define. If def, else, if, and if and if all those things we're going to use here as a compiler directives. That is by using a tick operator. This here example, that is conditional compilation. Example, that is we're going to use a model. Under that model, we are using only smart part of the program. It is explained here. Hash, that is not hash. Tick def test model test. Here we defined a macro if def model test and end model, else model stimulus. We're going to, if test is defined, this model test is going to execute. Otherwise, this is a macro, capital TEST. This macro, if def it is defined, then we're going to execute this test model. Else, we're going to execute the compile this stimulus. This stimulus will going to compile and end if. This is the completion of this if, and if def it is when it is there. If end if also it has to be there. This macro. And another example by using this busmaster. This model top busmaster B1. Under this, we're going to define one macro, that is if def I add B2. This is there means we're going to do this busmaster B2 end if. That means this is a instantiation busmaster model unconditionally. Here busmaster B2 is going to instantiate it conditionally if the text macro add B2 is defined. If def is there, then busmaster is going to instantiate it. This is another example here. This is unconditional instantiation of B1, and conditional instantiation is B2. Here we are going to use this macros, that is compiler directives. Tick indef, if def, if and def, else, that is else if, and end if. See, if def is there means it has to be enclosed with the end if, and else is only once we can use, and else if anywhere we can use as many times you want. That that is explained here. Here conditional compilation. The if-def and if-and-def directives can appear anywhere in the design, and designer can conditionally compile statements, models, blocks, declarations, and other compiler directives. That is tick else directive is optional, and a maximum of else directive can accompany by if an indef, if def or if and def, and any number of else if directives can accompany in if def and if and def. Any number of else if, that means as many number of else if directives can be used in our if def or in the if and def. Not def, if not defined, it is a if defined, and if or if def or if and def is always closed by a corresponding if end if. When once if you are open this macro or directive, tick if def or if and def, it has to complete or closed by corresponding end if. This is a one compilation, that is conditional compilation we are using, and another one is conditional execution. In this, flag will going to assign. That means it has to give that flag is whether it's set or not set. If it is set, we're going to execute some number of statements. Otherwise, we're not going to execute that statements. That is explained here. Conditional execution flags allow the designer to control statement execution flow at runtime. All statements are compiled but executed conditionally. That means in this execution, all statements is going to come compiled and executed conditionally, whereas conditional compilation only the that means part of the statement it is going to compile. Okay. Module test. In this example, it is a module test. Initial begin. Here we are going to use a test and plus args, that is using dollar symbol. System task we are going to use dollar test dollar plus args and display where. This is a one keyword will going to not system task we are using, and dollar display, that is ABC concatenation of ABC we are displaying if flag is set. This is a display where is a flag if no, and that means else dollar display no, otherwise no display. It is another example. Here conditional execution can be further controlled by using a system task keywords dollar value dollar plus args. Another dollar value by value it is. Here we are using a dollar test plus args. Another keyword it is a dollar value dollar plus args. This system task allows the testing for arguments to an invocation option. That means this system task allows testing for arguments to an invocation option. The dollar value plus args returns a 0 if matching invocation was not found, and non-zero if matching option was found. It is returns here. Here tests that arguments invocation option, that option. Here no matching, that means 0 value it is going to return if the matching is invocation was not found. If non-zero if matching option was found. Values, what is that values it is there. With this example dollar value dollar plus args conditional execution it is shown here. Here we are going to use a register, that is 8-bit 8 cross 128. Here it is a string we are using, that is 1k it is going to be 1k 0 to 1024 it is going to come, and integer clock period we are using. Initial begin if dollar value dollar plus args test name is equal to percentage s that is string we are displaying here. Test string, this test string we are going to assign here. And if read memory hexadecimal, that is a hexadecimal value of memory. In terms of hexadecimal, we're going to initialize that hexadecimal test string, that is test string and vectors. Read the test vectors, else otherwise what we are doing, display the error. Display test name option not specified. If $value plus args clock tip, that is we are displaying clock period. $value plus args is a clock period. Forever clock period by 2 is we're going to divide that clock, not of clock, set up clock, and else display the error message. Clock period option not specified. End. See, in this conditional plus args, what it is doing here, it is going to take the 128 that means not 1k bytes of test strings it is going to take, and we are this integer clock period we are taken, and we are assigned that test name, that is testing we are assigning to this. If the $value plus args that value is there, we'll read that, initialize that hexadecimal vectors, read the test vectors, else display the test name option not specified. And if $values plus args is equal to clock t percentage d, that is clock period, and forever clock period by 2 is equal to clock not of clock. We are dividing that clock period is forever clock period by 2 is equal to, we are making that the clock setting, set up the clock, it is a off and on and off we are doing. Forever we are making that clock period by 2 we are doing. And what we are doing, else display the error message, clock period option not specified, and end. Here for example, to invoke the above option, we invoke simulator with the test name, that is test dot vector plus clock t is equal to 100. Clock t we are going to make 10, and test vector is the test name, and test name test dot vector and clock period 10, then it is going to invoke that. Okay, next we'll come to the topic time scale. Here in your all the models, when you declare or when you write a program, it is going to give this tick time scale and 100 by 10 or 1 by 100, like that it is going to display. So that is numerator is going to be reference time unit, and denominator is going to be time precision. See what it is doing, and that Verilog allows the reference time unit for models to be specified with a time scale compiler directive. This is a compiler directive, and the reference time unit specifies the unit of measurement for times and delays. The time precision specifies the precision to which the delays are rounded off during simulation. Only 1, 10, 100 are valid integers for the specifying the time unit and time precision. This 1 or 10 or 100 we can give here for to specify the time unit or time specification. Okay, precision. Here we are going to use example that dummy 1 and dummy 2, two models we are going to use. In this first define that 100 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond time scale we are defined, that is reference time unit is going to be 100 nanosecond, precision time is 1 nanosecond. So 100 by nano is going to be 100 unit of time we are going to get here. In dummy 1, model dummy 1, we are going to use a register toggle. Initialize toggle is equal to 1 bit 0, always at hash 5. Always at hash 5. we are making that toggle is equal to not of toggle and display that what is it system time and toggle value will going to display, and in this format specifier percentage m, it is going to display that top model, which is hierarchy of the model, which model it is going to be executing, that it is going to give here, and percentage d it is a format specifier for the decimal, and percentage b is for the binary format specifier. Okay, end and end model. This is a one model dummy one and another model dummy two. Here we are making the time scale 1 microsecond by 10 nanoseconds. So it is going to be how much? 100 units, 100 sorry 100 my we're going to get a 100 milli, sorry milli, 1 by 100 so 10 to the power of 6 by 10, so 1 millisecond will go 100 milliseconds we're going to get, I think, here 100 model dummy to toggle register initialize, that is the same program we are doing here always at 5. So it is what it is doing, time and this toggle, that here output of that one it is given 0, it is both are executing at from what is the time precision we have taken in this 1 microsecond by and 10 nanoseconds. So it's going to be 100 times more than this. This is a 100, this is 1000, so 10 times more than that. So it has to give that execution here at 5 dummy one is executing and 10 also dummy one. So okay, toggling it is giving 1010 like that, and 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 at 10th, because it is a 10 times more than that dummy one, dummy 2 is more than the dummy one, so 10th time it is displaying dummy 2 toggle is equal to 1, and 50 50 again it's coming this dummy one only, dummy one dummy two. So it will be counting forever we are taken, so it is going to give every for every 10th the execution the dummy 2 is going to toggle, dummy 2 is going to toggle the output it is going to display. So this is how time scale it is going to will going to define. Okay, this is the end of this session.